Yeah, so let's revisit the whole 365 poster a day thing. So you start doing the posters and you're posting them on Instagram, right? And
Hmm.
poster after poster, you started off with few followers, let's say. And then over
Hmm.
time, was it were you using hashtags? Were you getting featured other places? How do you feel like you blew up? Was it the consistency of posting? What do you think was
Yeah.
the traction that you got?
Yeah, I think when it comes to social media, like it's always like a mix of different things. I was using the hashtags. I used pretty much like the same ones and I just used like a huge block of hashtags because yeah, I did want to try to get that traction. But yeah, I think when it comes to getting attention, it is a mix. So using the hashtags, making sure that the posters are really high quality, and making sure that like the messaging like could resonate with people. So like for example, if I saw something in the news that like really bothered me or I don't know, like I just had kind of like an emotional reaction towards it, I would like potentially use that as an idea because then there's probably going to be other people that also have a similar emotional reaction to it. So yeah, it's a mix of things, but on Instagram, I did find that like it was really slow growth because it's so saturated. And I have seen other accounts, they somehow do like really well, but I have also heard like a lot of people say that like it's so oversaturated and it's so hard to grow on there. And that's kind of what I experienced. And so that's kind of when I decided to also make a TikTok as well, just showing like the behind the scenes. So that was kind of like a pivot that I made, I guess, during my 365-day poster challenge. On TikTok, it was a completely different story. Like I don't know, I my first couple of TikToks, like they didn't do so great. Like I was kind of just feeling it out. And then I kind of found like a formula that worked. So I always kind of had this same formula that I used. And then I just kind of swapped, obviously, like the poster that I was making. And I just kept doing that over and over and over again. And then, yeah, eventually I kind of got like past 150,000 followers on TikTok, which is crazy. I mean, there are other accounts too that have just like a crazy amount of like millions of followers. Like it's kind of dangerous because you can in a way kind of like get famous overnight. Like there's people that are like TikTok famous and
Yeah.
stuff like that, right?
Yeah. Talk
Um,
about your formula for TikTok. What were you? I haven't seen any your TikTok videos, so I've seen mostly your Instagram stuff. But so what was your formula and what were you showing like screenshots sped up of you designing stuff or what was it?
Yeah, so I would design my poster and then afterwards I would go back into the file, like into the Photoshop file, and then I would kind of just retrace my steps and then I would
Hmm.
just take small shots of that.
So like
But
time
yeah, I
lapse
always
kind of time
yeah, in
lapsing.
a way.
Yeah.
Yeah, in a way, just kind of I kind of tried to be like creative with like the angles and everything, like kind of like it seems kind of silly, but like I'm in front of my computer and I'm like using my phone to like zoom in and out and like pan around just to make it more interesting. But yeah, I always had this formula of like me opening Photoshop and then yeah, just kind of showing that I'm using Photoshop and then just showing the steps in sequence and then showing like a nice, I guess, image of the poster itself. So that was kind of like the formula that worked the best for me, and that's what I stuck with.